1, go!
Parkrun, D Mills, J Mills chatting shit, it just makes sense. Hello everyone, D Mills is back again at Eastbourne Parkrun, and I am doing a full POV commentary of the whole race, so there is going to be some serious shit being chatted during this commentary. I've got no idea where D Mills finishes, actually. I'm not sure of his time. I maybe can remember it, but I'll keep that. I'll keep that, you know, in my locker. And we'll just have a little look at how D Mills is doing in this opening couple of 100 metres. He's started not right at the front, so maybe he's not feeling absolutely perfect after that midweek relay race that I hope some of you watched. Have a little look at it at the top right. He's thanking marshals, so everything's relatively good in the world. And they've still not cut this grass Eastbourne Parkrun. It makes me mildly angry. And he's in, let's have a look, 1, 2 in the pink top, 3 in the blue, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9th position currently, and he's moulding around in the 4th flat speed. So that is slightly unfortunate for the young lad. He could have been a lot further up than this, I feel, although his heart rate 168, 169 already. Maybe that's why he's just keeping it a little bit chilled in this opening 1 kilometre to just make sure that he gets to the end without feeling like complete arse, so that he can then build into the next week, because D Mills has been solidly for the last 4 or 5 months sort of pumping in 40, 50k weeks. He's the Zone 2 king. He really should have his own channel where he just talks about the benefits of Zone 2 running and how you should just run 180 miles a week in Zone 2 and then you can just pop out mid-13 5Ks. I reckon he'll do that one day. D Mills, you maybe want an overtake right now. He's probably just going to wait till he gets off the grass, knowing him. I'd probably do the same at this point because it's so much effort to overtake people on this grass. It's really unpleasant, and it does come to an end shortly, and this bit's actually cut. So it's a bit of a mini hill here that I know D Mills doesn't enjoy too much. And I reckon he will overtake these two on this bit of gravel that moves to a bit of tarmac shortly. That's just unbelievable knowledge from J Mills, commentator. That's why we've put him in the seat, because he knows what D Mills is up to every day of the week. Thanking the commentator. Well done. That's 3 of 3, I reckon. Can we get every single one of these marshals? D Mills always moans when I call them marshals, but they are volunteers. Marshals. It's the same thing. D Mills is just enjoying this bit off the grass at the moment. He's picked the speed up ever so slightly. Yeah, 340s. We love to see that. And he's in 7th position. Heart rate in the mid-170s. Nothing overly terrible for young D Mills at this point. As we know, he can function pretty well when he gets to 190 heart rate, with some death coughs, inevitably. And we are now going to come up behind this girl, but on the grass, so I think he's going to have to stick here for the next, I think it's about 6, I think that was a very meek thank you, and that was a from D Mills, so that's 4 of 4. He's probably not going to do an overtake on this grass, I'd imagine. They have cut this grass, actually, so that's a thank you, Eastbourne Parkrun. Actually, the council, I imagine. I don't reckon Gillian, the Parkrun director, was out cutting the grass on a Friday. It's probably the council. But as I said, D Mills is going to be stuck. And we're about to go through 1 kilometre here. And you can hear the little tickage. So that was about a 3:58. So that is nothing special from D Mills. Just below 20 pace. Is he going to go for an overtake? No, he's just going to bide his time and wait for the tarmac that comes up in, I think, 400 metres time or so as we come out here. And this is a lovely little bit of lake on the right. And I've never run on this bit with it cut nicely like this. And I don't know if the council purposely cut this just for Parkrun, as it's only cut on this beautiful little bit of running. But that's very nice of them if they have. But if they cut it earlier in the year when Ian D Mills is going for an overtake, he moves up into, wait a minute, so 9 minus 270. He's in 6th position. Oh, and it's way less than the 700 metres I was talking about of that grassy bit. At 1.2, he's on the tarmac, and I mean, it's not a nice bit of tarmac, but it's nicer than the grass. This is the bit in the winter course that you go onto. So this is where you turn left earlier, he did. So this is about 150 metres in. This tarmac is really unpleasant. Like, you should be able to make out roughly how uneven and just horrific it is in patches. This is destroyed a mill's knee or two over the years, meaning we've had to go a little bit easy for the weeks afterwards, nursing some niggles. You can see a couple of the guys were running right on the inside for some reason, where it's incredibly cut up and horrible. So he's moved to the other side, which I would highly recommend. And you can see at the bottom left, D-Mill's picking that pace up. Low 340s now. Approaching 180 heart rate. As I said, that's not too bad for D-Mills. I imagine he'll be wanting to maybe stick around this effort for the next couple of kilometres, up to 3k, and then he can assess where he is. And how nice is it that blue sky is out? Not been happening very often in the UK this summer. You get a day at most of blue sky before the heavens open. And it's been so windy. It's just constantly, I'm out running and just getting blown all over the place. It's the worst when you're running and you don't realise you've got a tailwind and you turn around and it's like, oh God, why do I do this? Eastbourne Seafront is the king of that. And, oh, what's going on with the blinking? Oh, I do remember D-Mills did tell me about this. So if anyone watched my 10k race that I'll put up the top right now that I did recently, the Evesham 10k, I thought it was purely dodgy GPS, but it turns out it's maybe a firmware upgrade has just caused caused this to happen, where the footage just blinks in and out and everything turns on and off, and we go back in time to 1970 occasionally. Slightly annoying. Oh, what's happened here? I've lost the screen. I'm just going to keep it on because it's meant to be a one-take commentary. I don't know what was going on there. Was Damo just speaking to himself? I don't have a clue what happened because I completely lost what happened, but I'm going to keep going. And D-Mills is catching up some people ahead, and when it's blinking in, that's another, I think that's 5 of 5. I may have missed a marshal, but he's not, as far as I'm aware, unthanked. It's not never going to unthank a marshal, but he's thanked every single marshal. And he's overtaken 3 people. He's in 6th position. We can see 4th up there, 5th and 4th. And he's moving along pretty well right now, is the mighty D-Mills. With, how long have we got to go? So we go through 2 kilometres now. We're going to have to do maths here. So 7:45. The first kilometre was a 3:58. So, oh God. People are going to moan at me for not... Right, I'm just going to cheekily look up D-Mills' Strava here and try and not look at the other one because I don't have the... Oh, I've lost the footage. No, the footage is back. Right, D-Mills is... Oh, stop disappearing footage. Oh, it's whenever I click off the screen, the footage just... Right, so D-Mills is still in that 6th place. We're just going to... I can hear him chugging along. He's happy. I'm sure his heart rate's now, I'm going to guess 183 right now. That's completely guessing. Damien Mills on his Strava. His breathing doesn't sound too bad. As I can't see. I'm just trying to find what his 2nd kilometre was. I should have been able to work it out quite easily, but I wasn't able to because my mental arithmetic has failed me. Yeah, and I've just had a little sneaky peek. That is a 3:47 for the second kilometre from D-Mills, and we are back in the action. It's a 182 heart rate. I was so close to that 183 observation. It looks like this 100 park runner champion is going to fall prey to the mighty D-Mills very shortly as we approach half distance. Again, 181 heart rate's coming down. D-Mills is 350 speed, so I was hoping he could maybe pick it up at this point, but you never know. With this firmware upgrade and the blinking in and out, the GPS might be having a right squirrel at the moment. So we will officially go through halfway in 40 metres, and we can see what we're on for if we were to evenly split. I should be able to work that out, hopefully. This blinking's very annoying. So 9:40. So that would be, he would do a 19:20 if he was going to evenly split this. Let's see how close he gets to that. as he will shortly move into 4th place past Pink Top. And he's got a little bit of a way to go before he catches the guy that's next ahead. And there we go. Just after 10 minutes, moving into 4th position is D-Mills. Let's see if he can push on and get a podium from here. But we do start to go into the slightly trickier bit to run in 600-700 meters time. It's a very, very narrow pathway, and then the final kilometer, or just under final kilometer, is on grass. So as we go into the end of this 3rd kilometer, D-Mills is starting to do mini coughs. It's nothing, so it's definitely not demon coughs. Is that a Marshall?
Thank you.
Yes! D-Mills, I love that from you. And who's this up here? That looks like they've got a Parkrun top up. No, it's just a blue top. And they're out walking their dogs in the morning. Thought a Marshall had just got lost or got the wrong time there. 11 minutes. Hopefully, D-Mills only has 7 or 8 minutes left of running. The quicker he goes from now, the quicker he gets to the end. Michael Owen in disguise here from J Mills commentary. It's moving pretty quickly here. We're almost the end of that 3rd kilometre. 186 heart rate, easing up towards 190 that I'm pretty sure he will get towards the end, as he's not sounding terrible here. He's going at a decent speed, early 340s at the moment. The blinking, I'm through 3K, around 11:30 as I just blink and just have a little look. Oh, I don't want to see the 4th K yet. So that 3rd K was a 3:45. So actually, that is a 3:58, 3:47 and 3:45. Are we on for the perfect progression run from Mighty D-Mills? That would be quite nice as he goes under the bridge with the lovely Shine Water graffiti. Shine Water born and bred, what you saying? Absolutely. Anyone knows Eastbourne, grew up first 3 years Benbridge Road, me, D-Mills and J Mills on street corners tearing it up every afternoon. We were serious trouble. And we are now 189 heart rate for D-Mills, but he's 190 has been breached. But he's not sounding like, you know D-Mills, don't you, everyone, by now? He's not sounding so bad. And yeah, he's now in the 3:37s, and I reckon he can really have a good go at catching 4th. I can't see 4th right now, but I imagine 4th's average pace is probably not quicker than 3:35, because 3:35 he's going 3:36, but 3:35 is 18 flat pace. And yeah, we move now. We move on to the Mingin tarmac, and it narrows. And this gets a little bit harder to go quicker here, and the GPS blinks around, not just on this bloody screen. Actually, when you're looking down at your watch here, it starts going in the 4s and then the mid-3s, then 4:30. So it will get trickier from here. But D-Mills, I think, has a good chance of catching 4th. As I say, he's on around 18 flat pace for this 2nd half. So he was a lot slower in the... He's just waved at a swan. Oh, D-Mills, you do amuse me. And this is another Marshall. Can we get 7 of 7? Oh, there's a lot to think about there from D-Mills. I'm gonna forgive him for not thanking that Marshall, because he was thinking about getting past those 2 people without mowing them down, and it just slipped his mind for thanking that one. So, in my mind, he thanked every Marshall so far, and he's a great guy. He's a wonderful human being. Is D-Mills. Honestly, this firmware upgrade that's killed my Insta360 camera. Well, the 3 Insta360 cameras that I've bought and sent to my brothers. It's definitely, it probably is worth my money, because now I'm a YouTube superstar thanks to them. Cheers, lads. What's that, D-Mills? There was a little something, and I can't go back and have a listen to what he said, because it's a one-take Tuesday that I'm doing here. At 1.2 kilometers to go. He doesn't sound awful, like, by any means. His fitness is definitely improving. If he can go in the... He's thanked some random people on the left. He's thanked those kids. Has D-Mills. And we are approaching that 4th kilometre where I'm going to hope for a beautiful kick from home, and we can see if we can get some... Those coughs there, they're not... I wouldn't call them D-Mills death coughs. They're just little... They're little just... He wants everyone to think that he's pushing incredibly at this point, and he knows he's known for those death coughs. So I think he feels absolutely fine right now, and he can drop a 3:30 last kilometre. As I've missed the 4th kilometre, lads. I'm so sorry. Too busy chatting absolute honk. I'll say it actually when we see this, Marshall. Oh, thank you. Thank you. This is definitely, I'm sure, the most he's ever thanked. That's unbelievable. So yeah, we went through that 4th kilometre, 3:39. So that is 3:56. No, it was a 3:58 the first one. 3:47, 3:45, 3:39. Can he whack a nice 3:30 in for this final kilometre? As we're just... Oh, look, these marshals don't... This doesn't count because they're not actually telling you where to go. There's a marshal lingering around and people just waiting for their family to come through. But D-Mills has 800 metres to go, and he is starting to have more proper little slight death coughs. They're not fully death coughs. That's another thank you, but that thank you was getting laboured. Yeah, it's starting to get hard now. He's pushing properly, and he's getting back onto the grass, and hopefully he can start pumping those legs as quick as he can. And that thank you was absolutely fine. Absolutely fine. There's nothing wrong with him. Has he got any chance of catching that guy just ahead? That we can see that I believe is wearing black, but he looks quite far away. And yes, D-Mills is properly feeling it now. I will... After I've edited this, so it's actually properly a one take, I'll turn the sound up a little bit for this so we can properly enjoy D-Mills' agony, because I can hear it with headphones quite well, but I realise when I will put it on the TV, sometimes it's quite difficult to hear exactly what I'm alluding to sometimes when I haven't turned the sound up. But with 17 minutes gone, he's 190 heart rate. It's not gone into the absolute insane values. Like, he gets to 200 when it's... But there we go. That's the stuff. 400 metres to go from D-Mills. And he's just trying to catch the person ahead. Trying to do the perfect negative split, which I think's inevitable now at this point. I think there's 0% chance he's not going to go quicker than that previous split. It's just how quick he can go in this final 300 metres now. Be helpful if the camera would show me stupid Insta360 upgrade. Firmware upgrade, that is. He's going to thank you. Yes, he still thanked you. I think that's 10 of 10, something like that. Final 250 metres. And now it is just whether the big man can get in the twos at the end. Put your comments in the bottom whether he gets in the twos. Come on, D-Mills. Just 180 metres to go. The speed's picking up. 3:35 per kilometre. 3:34 per kilometre. Blinks out. I reckon 3:30 exactly. Note 3:33 when it comes back in. He's kicking for home. There's a nice cut bit of grass for him to sprint on at the end. Go on the D-Mills. 80 metres to go. 3:28, 3:25. When it comes back in, is he going to get in the twos? Oh, yes, he did. 2:55 at the end, just before he finished. Takes his token, and that was an 18:40 or something. We'll get up the actual official times now for you. And he finished 18:37 from D-Mills. That final kilometre was a 3:34. 4th position. He was... actually only 9 seconds off 3rd in the end, with Simon Powell finishing 3rd, so not quite a podium for D-Mills. So thank you for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this one-take commentary where I just chatted whatever came into my head for the full 18 minutes of this parkrun. Thank you for watching again. I will see everyone soon. And you will probably be, my next video will either be D-Mills' parkrun from this Saturday, if he manages to do anything exciting. If he pops in an 18:30 again, I'll probably throw the footage in the bin. But if we can get in the 17s, you might see some footage from that parkrun. I'm not sure what his plans are. But on Tuesday, the next Tuesday, I'm going for a 5k PB at Battersea Park to finally beat D Mills's PB for the maybe 4th time of trying. So we'll see how that goes. I've had some reasonable training in the last 6 weeks overall. I had 1 week where I was a little bit unwell, had Glastonbury, but the excuses, throw them out the window. We're going to do it this time, and I'll see you then. Thanks, guys.